So this isn't going to be your typical instruction video about WooCommerce. There's a bit I'm going to do before the kind of the screen capture, showing you what I'm doing kind of stuff, and that's the thinking behind it. And I think that's probably quite a key thing, is to understand why you do something before you do it, and that helps you out a bit. So WooCommerce, we're going to take a simple product, a single thing you would do. For example, I've got a set of pens, sold as 20 pens. So a single product, you can only get one of them. There's one type. That's what I'm selling. With WooCommerce, that is very simple. It's a very simple thing to do. It walks you through it from step to step. And I'll show you later that can be a difficult thing in itself, the fact that a simple product is so easy to do. Okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you from a simple product to a variable product. And what I mean by that is I'm selling these 20 pens as a box for a tenner. Okay, let's say that I'm selling these for a tenner. I've realised that I can actually sell them as individual pens, 20 pens, for £1 each. So I can make a bit more money on them. So I can sell them for £1 each. So I want to sell them individually. So I don't want to sell them as 20. I want to sell them as individuals. So what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to create 20 single products, one for each colour. For no other reason than that you'd have to be batshit crazy to do that, because you'd be managing 20 products then, and that'd be a bit crazy. What I'm going to do, I'm going to create one product, or convert the current product, and I'm going to give it attributes. And what I mean by that is these pens are all the same. They're Stabilo 0.88 pens, fine 0.4, but they have one difference, and that is obviously the colour. Yeah, so the pens are the same apart from the colour. So I'm going to sell a pen, and the user is going to change, or going to select the colour of pen they're going to choose. Okay, so to go from a simple product to a variable product, you have to create attributes in your WooCommerce for the different colours, sizes, or whatever's different. Yeah, so I could equally move these out of the way. Box of 6 pens, same colour, difference being the nib size is all different on these. So same again. If I want to sell these from here, I'd have a different attribute, and this time it'd be nib size. Okay, so with the 20 pens, it's different colour. With these pens, it would be nib size. Now you can get more advanced with it, because it might be a grey 0.2. It might be a grey 0.5. So you could sell products with attributes of colour and of nib size. Okay, the possibilities are endless. But to go from a simple product, to go from that box of 20 or this box of 6 to selling single items, okay, in WooCommerce it's not automatically clear because of how easy it is to sell, or to sell your first product on WooCommerce. Okay, so that's kind of the why you go to variable products, why you use that, and what you have to do before you even list your variable products in WooCommerce. And I'll show you that bit on a screen capture, but probably before you realise that or see that, you need to realise what you're doing. Before you sell individual products, you start attributes. You don't create 6 individual items for each one of these pens with different sizes. Okay, you create attributes that you can apply to a single item and turn it into a variable item. So it's the same item but with a different attribute. Okay, that's what I'm going to show you now. So I've got one of the sites I'm building at the moment. I've got some default content in there, so I'm just going to use that. So it's not going to relate to the pens as much, but it's the same thing. So this is a product, and it's a simple product. So I'm selling one thing, one item. There's no variations. There's no different colors or sizes. This is a single thing. If I want to convert this to an item with attributes or different sizes or colors, then we have to use a variable product. Now, when you first use WooCommerce, you'll find that it's incredibly easy. So much so that when you want to go a bit further and do different sizes and colours and type products, it can be a bit of a leap, because single products are so easy that doing the other stuff is can cause a few issues and cause a few headaches. But it's very simple when you understand it. Realize what you've got to do next. So the first thing before you do anything with this product is you've got to create the differences that can be between this type of product, and those are the attributes. So on the left hand side here under products, I click on attributes. You'll see I've got none so far, and I'm going to create my first attribute, and that's going to be I would normally say pen color, but it could just be color, because you might have different products that have shared colors. So you might as well just produce one attribute for color, and obviously spell color correctly. And then you can add as many colors as you want to it. You don't have to then add multiple attributes or multiple multiple categories, as it were, of attributes. So there's my color. So that's an attribute I can have. You could have size and other things, but if I were you, try as best you can to keep it to as fewer attributes as possible. So here's color. And now to add my colors, to add the differences that there can be, I go into the configure terms on the right hand side here, and this is where I add the different colors or the different sizes or the different styles or whatever we want to put. I'm going to add 2 colors here. I'm going to add red, add new color. I'm going to add purple. You see in both instances of the color in red and purple, I haven't added a slug because the system will do that for you if you leave it blank. So I'll add new color. So there's my 2 there, purple and red. So I've added an attribute. So when I go into any of my products now, any of these products will have the ability for me to put a new attribute to them. So this is an item I've got, a single item that I've got here. And on my product data, it says simple product. There's the price, all the stuff you'd expect to see. If I change this to a variable product, that then brings in the attributes into play. Okay, and currently I have no variable items. I have no variations because I haven't added the attributes to it. I've got to go first to attributes. So before you can go into a variable product, you really should go into attributes. And in here, in this drop-down box here, which would be blank initially, I should now see color. So if I click on color, I can add that. I could add the size. I could add whatever I wanted to. And what I've got to do now is I've got to add the variations that apply to this item. So like I said before, you might add 20 colors to your item, to your variations, to your attributes. But this item only comes in 3 of those 20 colors. Now you can either click in the box there and select from the drop down, but knowing that I've only added 2, I'm just going to click select all. So this is available in purple and red. Now, I don't know why this is, but this button isn't ticked by default, and it won't be used if you don't tick that button. So I can click use for variations, save attributes. So when we go to variations now, you'll see at the top here, I've got a drop down here. If I click on the drop down, I've got create variations from all attributes. Now, this is the first time I'm doing this, so I'm going to click on the create variation from all attributes. If you're adding another one, I'd click on add variation. Yeah. So I'm going to create variations from all attributes. Click on go to that. Get a warning box and then another warning box. Click on OK, and now it's going to add 2 variations, my purple and my red. Okay, these are the 2 here. Now, if I open these 2 up, you'll see all the details, the bits and pieces that we need to fill in, variation price, in stock, all that kind of stuff. A place for the image to go, and the same for red. Now, if these items are different prices, then you'd put the prices in. If they're the same price, okay, you can use the drop down again, and this time you can use it to set common terms. So I'm going to go into pricing, set regular price, drop down box will come up. Sorry, a pop-up box will come up. In that pop-up box, I'm going to put 1 for £1 or click on OK. That will unset them for both. And I can do that for all of them. I'm going to get it to manage the stock of these as well. So I'm going to put a tick in the box. I'm going to say how many I've got of each of those. And I'm going to put the an image for this item. So when this item is selected, it'll show this image instead. Yeah, so there I'm going to set the variation image. I'm going to do the same for red. I'm going to manage the stock on the red. I'm going to put that I've got 45 of these. And I'm going to put this with the red colour. Okay, so that's my variations done. So I've now gone from a simple product into a variable product with these two variations, yeah, driven by the attributes. You would change your text and stuff accordingly for the single items, but that's going from a simple to a variable. If I click on update, and then if we go and have a look at that item. Here's my colour, choose an option, go into purple, changes that into purple. It tells me I've got 13 in stock, allows me to add to basket. I'll put it to red. 45 in stock, there's the colour there. That's those items now added. Done.